Pizza is surprisingly simple, and it's particularly fun to make with kids. Here are my tips for a terrific pizza dough. High gluten flour, known as strong or bread flour, is the best one to use for pizza dough. The gluten in the flour is what will give your pizza base a good texture. Knead your dough on a lightly floured bench top, and remember, don't use too much flour, just enough to stop the dough from sticking. If you add too much flour while kneading, your dough will become dry and your pizza base heavy. Use the heel of your hand to push the dough down firmly in the middle and then push and stretch it away from you. You can use your other hand at the same time to pull the other half of the dough towards you to really make it stretch. Then fold the dough back on itself, give the dough a quarter turn and repeat this process over and over again. As you're kneading the dough, what's actually happening is the gluten in the flour is being developed and strengthened, and you will notice the dough becomes smoother, easier to handle and more elastic. You'll have to knead the dough for about 5 to 8 minutes depending on how energetically you work it. The more gusto and enthusiasm you have, the quicker the job will get done. You know the dough is ready if it springs back when you poke your finger into it. This is a sign that the gluten in the flour is well developed and the dough is nice and elastic. If you don't knead the dough enough, the pizza base will have a holey, almost crumbly texture. When the dough is ready, place into an oiled bowl and then turn to coat it with the oil. This will help stop a crust from forming on the dough as it rises. Once the dough has risen and doubled in size, punch it down with your fist. This will deflate the dough, making it easier to handle, as well as reinvigorating the yeast, which will help give your pizza base not only a better texture, but also a better flavour. Knead the dough a second time, but only briefly, just until it gets back to its original size and is smooth. This will get rid of any remaining large air bubbles so that your pizza base has a nice, even texture.